Just do the Bronco. I'm back. Look, I just did a stream, and right now I just gotta do it over. So pardon me. I was trying something out. That's how I do that. Is out, and I was just trying it. So my bad, y'all. My bad to bring y'all back so soon. But look, the combine starts Friday, the 29th. Well, it starts next week, right? But some of it will be televised on TV, and some of it won't. So it actually starts next week. That's when a lot of stuff happens. You feel me? Um, that's when the Justin Fields trade will go down if he gets traded or if he keeps him. This is when when everything happens. At the combine, teams get together and they talk. This is when the Broncos probably talk about they want to trade up in the draft or things of that nature gets done. So I just got news this morning that the Broncos will meet with Josey Jewel's team. You know what I mean? His agent and his team. You know, they try to talk about a extension. Look, I'm all for it. If I'm all for it, I hope y'all are all for it too. Look, nobody wants to see, um, Josey Jewel not in the Broncos uniform. You know what I mean? So, and we also gotta hope that Josey Jewel also himself will want to be a Bronco for life. You feel me? So that's when this thing right here will get done. So that was my breaking news. And then we're going to get on to talk about a little bit of other stuff. But basically, I came to talk about um, the Josey Jewel news that I got this morning. So, look, this is this is when the all season really begins at the combine. You know what I mean? After the combine, then free agency, then the draft. So this is going to be a busy season, real busy season, real busy season for the Broncos. Um, but look for the Broncos to try to keep Josey Jewel, and I think George Payton and they're gonna do their best to try to meet Josey Jewel and his team halfway. You know, look, everybody knows the Broncos are all about like 20 million over the cap. But that's not the worst situation because there's a lot of teams that's much more in debt, way over the cap than the Denver Broncos are right now. So they got a lot of wiggle room. And like George Payton said at his end of the season press conference, they prepare for stuff like this. You know what I mean? They ready. They prepare for stuff like this. So with all that said, hopefully that they could keep Josey Jewel and the phone. They already got the Bash Bros with Josie and Alex Singleton. Alex Singleton leads the league in tackles, and we just want to see that. I don't want to see Josey Jewel in no other uniform. I don't want to see him suit up for no other team. But look, if it happens, it happens. But they doing this to try to prevent it. So I hope they be successful at what they're trying to do. You feel me? But getting on the other stuff, other talks, other things, you know, the Broncos wide receiver room is poised to look a lot different this year. Because either Cortland Sutton or Jerry Jeudy could get traded, or both. Who knows what Sean Payton thinking? Look, the wide receiver room has underperformed mightily for years. Underperformed mightily for years. They need more production out of that wide receiver room to compete in the AFC West. They just got a lot tougher with the addition of Jim Harbaugh to the Chargers. So they gotta get their weapons. They gotta get right. They gotta get ready for war. They do. Because in order to get to the postseason, they gotta win their division games. They gotta have a good record in the division. Then beat you know then beat the teams that's on their schedule. You know what I mean? Or finish with a winning record to get into the playoffs. And also look to the draft or free agency for the Broncos to get another tight end. They could get a tight end through free agency because there's a lot of good tight ends that's hit going to hit free agency this year. And there's also a lot of good tight ends in this year's draft. So the way you look at it, you got to get you a good tight end. And then they also got to show up the trenches because they was one of the worst run defenses in the league. They finished, 30th, 32nd, 31st. That's bad in run defense. They was getting gashed. All year long, they was getting gashed. That can't happen. That can't happen this year. It just can't. So look for them to show up the trenches, and I think they do that through free agency. I think they show up the trenches in free agency. That's what I think they do. And look, they're gonna need another tight end. Greg Dosage is not reliable. He's not dependable. The best ability is availability, and he's been injury prone. Hamstring every year, keeps acting up. Hopefully he gets that fixed over the off season and works on that daily so he could be on the field because we've been missing his production. Broncos have been missing his production and what Greg Dosage could bring to the game because listen, with the ball in his hands, Greg Dosage is a game changer. You know what I mean? He really is. And this Russell Wilson saga. Russell's gone. He's already preparing for it. And for some reporters in Denver talking about how quirky he is. Look, that quirky man got a bad wife. That quirky man got one of the prettiest women in the world. So y'all need to stop. Everybody is quirky a little bit in their own way. Everybody has something to them. that somebody might not like. You know what I mean? That's just the way God made everybody. Made everybody different. Everybody's different and they're unique in their own way. You feel me? So, but look, it's a lot of work to do for Sean Payton and George Payton this offseason. And look, on they got a hit in free agency, even though they're not going to be active in the first wave this year like they was last year. But whoever they try to go after and get and bring in free agency, they got a hit. They got a hit. They can't miss. And in the draft, they got a hit. They can't miss in the draft. They got a hit. And look, they might even um, get another wide receiver in free agency. Who knows? You feel me? Because there's a lot of good wide receivers that's going to be for the cheap in free agency, and a lot of good ones. So we just got to sit back and relax and just be here for it. Because I know, look, the Broncos fans are the best fans in the world. Are the best fans in the world. And it's time for us to have a good season. It's time for us to cheer our team on in the playoffs and root for them to try to get to the next point, the Super Bowl, and be relevant again. They haven't been relevant since Peyton Manning. And that's terrible. That's terrible. That's awful. That's God. Pat Bowling is probably turning off his grave because of how this Broncos team is. How they look under Pat Bowling. This none of this stuff would have happened. And look, and seriously, if I'm the owner, if I'm Greg Penner, I'm gonna sit Sean Payton down, and I'm gonna also sit Russell Wilson down. I'm gonna sit them both down in a room where they won't get out of there until they leave with a resolution, because there would be no way in the world that I would get off of Russell Wilson right now, and they still gotta pay him. And that don't make no sense. I can see if Russell Wilson was god awful terrible last year, right? But he wasn't. He played good. He wasn't the version of 22 Russell Wilson. No, he had he had an experienced head coach in Sean Payton. You know what I mean? So, and he was also bringing the tables for Sean Payton to come to Denver to coach him. That's one of the reasons why he played a lot better this year. You know what I mean? So if I was Greg Penner, that's what I think I would have to do. Put both of them in a room. Say, Russ, you don't need to put your house on the market. No need to sell that. You're not going nowhere. You know what I mean? And that's that. And I'm in this with my salute called Broncos. You